Hey folks, so in today's video we're going to go over how to just make a basic song in GarageBand on iPhone or iPad. For reference, I'm using a 2018 iPad, not Pro or anything special, just the regular iPad. And the phone I have is an iPhone 11, but I'm actually going to be working on the iPad today because it's just a little bit easier to see what I'm doing and select things. But either of these basically work the same. This isn't going to go too in-depth about multi-tracking with metronomes and stuff like that. This is a more practical approach to just get you making music. So here we see my song library that's full of hot garbage. There's nothing useful here. It's just little ideas that I never did anything with. I don't really use this for recording much, aside from with my students use it a ton. Let's go ahead and create a song. And we will find various options for instruments, virtual instruments to record, as well as microphone options. We're going to be working largely with the microphone, but instead of using a metronome to keep us in time, we're actually going to use one of their virtual drummers. There's a couple tools that I like to use in particular, one being the beat sequencer that allows you to key in different drum beats. Allows you to click and drag really easily, and this is a good way to just compile really quick, rough, really more dance-oriented or robotic drum beats. But that takes some understanding of exactly what parts of the drum kit to hit on what parts of the beat, and that might be a little bit advanced. So instead, let's go ahead and ditch that guy and get our virtual drummer. Drummer. Here we go. So we're going to use, I'm feeling funky. Let's use percussion. Ooh, Isabella, what does she have? Let's hit play. Turn that down a touch. Could be pretty cool for a funk groove. Let's change some things up, see what happens. We have all these different hand percussion items right in the middle here. Add a triangle. Ooh, I actually like that. What if we lose the cowbell? I know what you're thinking. It's dangerous. Let's give it a shot. I already hate it. Unacceptable. Cowbell's coming back. And let's lose that guy. Looks like we have congas, bongos, and timbales. Let's try that again, because I didn't exactly hear anything different happening. Oh, there we go. So we lost the congas. Those are essential. Bongos. I could actually live without the bongos, but let's add them back. And timbales. So these little sliders over on the right-hand side just increase and decrease the complexity of the beat being played with any element. And you can see they're lined up here with the corresponding instruments. So here's conga, bongo, and timbales. And if we just move it forward along this line, we can get varying degrees of complexity from just a little bit spicier to endless drum solo. Actually, that's not too bad. I dig it. Let's go middle of the road. We're going funky. Let's see. We got the cabasa, maracas, and tambourine. Let's get crazy with the shakes. Now, one thing that's very tempting, like I'm even getting carried away right here, is I'm just really making it overly complex where it makes it hard to write anything meaningful or useful over it. So let's go ahead and dial that back down. In fact, let's take away one layer from the conga and the bongo and the timbales. Oh, I turned off my timbales. Ah, too much. Let's take it out. And last, we have some little offbeat elements up here with the triangle, clavis, and cabel. We'll keep that simple. Now, let's see. Over here we have this cool XY axis that goes between loud and soft. So we could have a real subtle beat or something really in your face. And if you pull it along the x-axis, we can make it much more simple or overly complex. Not too bad. Top right corner is loud and complex. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Let's go with that for now. Cool. So, I like that rhythm. Yeah, let's write something with that. I'm feeling funky. So, up at the top of the page, in the top left, you have the Create a New Project little page there. And then you have, right to the right of that, two different views. One shows your instrument view, and the other shows your project window. This will be actually all the instruments that you record represented on a timeline. So it's already filled in the percussion element here Isabella was, or the percussion instruments Isabella was playing, and it's given me 8 bars, meaning just 4 cycles of counting to 4. So if I hit play here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. 8 cycles of that. If I wanted to make this part longer, say I kind of want to just run on a little bit and make a really long idea, I simply tap this plus sign up in the top right of that ruler there, and it's going to give me a few options here. You can see it says section A, which this project is only showing section A right now, and it shows 8 bars, meaning 8 cycles of 4. If I wanted to increase that, I just click on that and drag that up to, I don't know, 415 or so. See how that goes. Just write endlessly for hours. It'd be like a King Crimson album. If you're not in the mood for prog rock, probably keep it somewhere in between 8 and 16 for now. I find sometimes I run on a little long and I get cut off by 8 bars. So sometimes I'll bring it up to, whoa, that's extremely fast. Sometimes I bring it up to 16 measures. Then you can see we have double the amount of time to just write freely. Just for the sake of the example, let's make it short and sweet. Let's make it 8 bars. Let's go ahead and add another section. So we're going to have 2 contrasting sections of music. We're going to have an A section and a B section. B section will also make 8 bars. And you can see that we have Isabella playing the percussive loop all throughout both the A and B section. So I want to go back to that A section. You have to actually select the A section before you get out of there. And back to the A section. So let's see. Let's play this. Oh yeah, I got some ideas for that. In order to record actual instrumentation, you can use the microphone built into your iPad or iPhone, but if you want to record multiple parts, it's really useful to use your AirPods with the included little microphone. It's not going to be the quality you hear me talking through an SM7B right now into a cloud lifter and so on. I got plus post-production. I've got a fairly good mic set up to speak in. Let's A and B that between the earpods and the SM7B just so you can get a taste of the difference that I'm talking about here. So here's the SM7B. Here's the AirPods. So yeah, it's limited, but it also travels with you anywhere you want to go in your backpack. So there is that benefit. With the AirPods plugged in, the real benefit of this is you can hear those drum loops or anything else you've recorded while recording other instruments without having the playback of the instruments that have already been recorded play out loud and bleed into the track that you're currently trying to record. Yeah, I recommend using this. There are other fancier mic options that you can use, but AirPods generally come with your product, so you should have them already. For this 2018 iPad, I actually have the headphone jack, but a lot of the newer iPads and definitely my iPhone has no headphone jack anymore, so you need the lightning cable earpods or the little dongle adapter. I don't know why it automatically gave us this little drum machine here, but if we just drag this little pane over, we can see, oh, it's a modern 808. Actually, yeah, we might just get funky with that later. But for now, we're going to go ahead and mute that. I know there's nothing recorded. Just good practice to always be in the habit of only having the things play that you want to when recording. And we're going to need a microphone track. I'm going to add some guitar to this. So let's go ahead and hit this plus sign down here. And instead of drummer, we're going to look for the microphone. And let's do instrument. Nice room. I'm in a very nice room, but it's also a very echoey room. Let's do, yeah, let's keep it on nice room. And pick up my guitar here. I'm going to make sure I hit the microphone really hard with the guitar. And some volume. Ooh, nice. And I'm just going to check tuning here real quick. Always a good idea, whenever you're recording anything, double check your tuning. If you've let it sit out in the room, there's a good chance one of your strings has gone wonky, and you'll get done with an entire track and be super happy with it and listen back and just hear something slightly out of tune. And yeah, that generally needs to be re-recorded. So don't fall into that trap. Always check your tuning. My students who have worked with me for a bit know how crazy I am about that. There's some funk. Try some different pickup. Ooh. Pretty funky. I like it. Tasty. Anyway, so let's go back to that project pane. And I'm not going to record anything just yet. It's set to loop these 8 measures. So when it gets to the end of that 8th measure, it's going to just jump back to the beginning and start over. Nice thing about this is when you're songwriting, it's going to play that funky groove just endlessly. And you can play along to it and see what you can come up with. Here's my first take. I like it. I think this could work. When hit stop, notice this little cursor that's scrolling along, showing you where you're at in the timeline. That guy, what we call a playhead, you don't want to just start recording right there. Otherwise, you're going to start recording in the middle of the 8th measure. So I'm going to hit this backtrack button, get me right back to the beginning. And I'm also going to add, actually, when I hit record, it should already be selected. I'm just going to look at my metronome options here. Metronome and count-in. The count-in is essential to have turned on, especially in a drum loop like this. I want to hit right on beat 1. So having this guy selected gives you 4 clicks. In this case, we're in 4/4, to kind of cue you when you need to jump in. Aside from that, there's a visual count-in that I'm going to use because I'm screen recording. I want you guys to see it. Aside from that, the metronome level, this is a little less important because we have a drum loop playing. So I'm going to turn this way down. you can hear this as I'm messing with the volume. This is what it sounds like. And generally, if you're doing a really intricate recording, you would just let this hold you rhythmically accountable. But since we have that drum loop, I'm going to dial it way down so we hear less of it. In fact, maybe not even at all. And that's totally fine. Hopefully I have this microphone in a position where I can get some fairly decent sound. There you go, 8 bars. It's like I've done it before. Yeah, in fact, don't get discouraged. You can always delete this and go back over, re-record this. It can be a little intimidating at first. It's really about creating and having fun while you're doing it. Let's play back and see what we got. Yeah, I can work with that. Ooh, very nice fill at the end there. So let's go to our B section. And I need something, it's going to be the same basic little groove going down, but I need a contrasting idea. I need to write a contrasting part for this B section. Let's go ahead and play the groove, come up with some ideas in E. I don't want this to be so much of a guitar solo. Let's come up with something that just drives. Yeah. I can live with that. And I'm thinking for this section, that's kind of like some nice rising action, so that we might make a third section to this after all. Anyway, let's see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, funk. Oh. Like I said, mistakes will be made. Go back to your project window, double tap on that track that you completely beefed, and hit delete. And don't tell anybody about it. Anyway, 1, 2. And there you go. A better take. Let's see how that went. Go back to our project view here. And we'll listen. Ooh, I like it. So let's go back to both views here and let's A and B this thing. We're going to choose all sections and let's hear what this entire thing sounds like. That's unfortunate. Let's go back to the beginning and hear what all this sounds like. Not bad. I like where it's going. I kind of wish that we had a third section. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, as well as all things guitar, ukulele, bass, drums, and piano, click the notification bell to be informed when we release new videos. If you believe in what we're doing here, click the link in the video's description to visit our Patreon page and learn how you can support this channel.